Hello, and welcome to the W.A.I.T channel. What Am I Thinking? A podcast where two sisters share uplifting conversations on fun and sometimes serious topics.
Join us each week by clicking the notification bell and subscribing to our channel. If you enjoy the show, use the share link. It's one of the best ways to expand the conversation.
Hello, and welcome to the W.A.I.T channel. What am I thinking? Well, we are going to start this show with a recap of the Southern Charm reunion. So the reunion is different in quite a few ways because it was only 3 guys and 7 ladies, which that's a kind of imbalance. But it was also the reunion of the exes. You had Shep having to deal with his ex, Taylor. You have Craig dealing with his ex, Naomi. You have Austin dealing with his ex, Madison, and his somewhat ex, Olivia. And then you also have the dalliance of Catherine and Shep that has happened. It's just a lot of lines that were crossed. So to say there was no love lost between the group is an understatement. Some of the things that were highlights of it to me was Taylor finally getting angry. But to me, she got angry like a year and a half too late. I wish that anger would have come after a year. After 1 year of being with a person, you pretty much know who they are and what you're getting. And I think she overstayed in that relationship. And instead of being mad at Shep, she should really be mad at herself.
The only thing about Taylor where I'm giving her a little bit of grace is clearly she comes from a family of faith.
True.
And she somewhere in her mind believed it's that savior complex.
Yes.
That it was her role in this relationship to be the forgiving one, the person that allowed certain behaviors. I'm going to work with you. So yeah, she created the situation, but I really feel that her background and the person that she is more so to blame.
I would agree that it probably fostered some of her tolerance of his bad behavior. Mm-hmm. But even if I give her that, I can give her a year and a half. But 2.5 years with a person that really only gave you glimpses of him being a person that you could be in a healthy committed relationship with. But she was young, and I give her credit for going ahead and getting out and mm-hmm. not giving him another 6 months or any time. So I get that.
Did you see remorse or regret coming from him? Realizing that he probably has lost the one person that he would be accepting of him as the person that he is.
I think I would not go to the point of saying there was remorse because I don't know if he's really capable of true remorse. I would say that there's a little bit of regret. But he, the one moment he had, because she, basically said, just add her to the list of,
Yeah, I saw that in the commercial.
Right. And it's like, okay, I don't think he considered you that. But I do say he misled her for most of the relationship. It probably was true that she is a person that he loved more than anybody else. But the way in which he chose to love her was not conducive to a healthy relationship.
So did Craig and Naomi get the closure that they need?
So they really did not. That's going to be part 2.
Okay.
That's probably going to be in the next part of the reunion.
Which is interesting because usually they only get one, right?
No,
they usually have two.
They've at least been two. Sometimes.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen a 3-parter for them, but definitely 2.
All right.
And the other thing that played out was Austin and Olivia's relationship, a little bit of Madison's engagement, that sort of trio. Madison, I didn't know this because I don't really, follow stuff that she's saying or doing. She kind of dragged Olivia, I guess, calling her a trust fund Barbie or something like that, and basically saying it was MTV Cribs of her parents' house. And, but the point that Olivia made was, why do you care? I didn't think that we had, so to me, you care because that's Austin's new person, but
Correct.
You're fully engaged. Why, so the same point that Leva that Austin kind of got upset with her about, that Madison, it was Madison, actually. It was Madison that Leva was saying the way you are behaving with Austin makes it seem like, and that kind of legitimizes the point that Leva made. But I think the person who I'm most sad for is Vanita. She is getting lambasted in the most undeserving way, and I wish she knew how to stick up for herself better. Because I know it's in there. It's as if she's being shown to be not a good friend, not only not to Leva, not to Naomi, and then not to Madison either. And I'm like, that's not how I see her really showing up, but that's how it is being carried out. And it was this thing with the phone about when they were driving in the car, her and Madison. And in the clip it says, she says, and she either says, I gave her, or she says I was trying to find something and Madison took my phone. She didn't say she snatched it. And so in the playback at the reunion, Matt, if you're not my man, I'm not snatching no phone away from you. Well, she didn't say snatch. She said took. And so, but the thing that Leva was trying to say is that Vanita gave her the phone. Madison doesn't even necessarily say that. So, I don't like how that's playing out, and I think it's going to be a little bit more of that. Catherine kind of got to have her say a little bit to Naomi. There was some rehashing of her relationship with Caleb, who now lives in Miami, we find out. And what was something else that stood out a little bit? They're kind of giving Craig the business about him being full of himself, which, like I said, to me,
who on that show isn't full of themselves?
Yes. And I'm like, the thing is, he finally had a reason to be happy, to be joyful, and to kind of have an aha moment and a I told you so moment. And y'all didn't like it. And the fact that he separated himself a little bit from you guys, oh well. And it's like, y'all need to let that go. So be looking forward to seeing what happens in part 2. But overall, I think, I don't know what more is going to be said about Naomi, but I know there's going to be some talk about her and Whitney. And I hope that it's giving its just due to really talk about the way she showed up this season. So far, I'm not seeing it other than Catherine giving her the business a little bit. And I would like to see what happens, because there's going to be a replay of that final episode where Craig puts Leva out and the things that she said. I don't think she's fully going to get called to task in the way that I would want, but we shall see. So that's kind of the recap of the Southern Charm reunion part 1. A little bit underwhelming, save for Taylor's moment, but looking forward to seeing what happens next week. So tune in, subscribe, add your comments, and tell me what you think. Who do you think is looking good so far, and who would you rather not be on the couch at all? All right, see you next week.